So we're talking about the year 2023. We're not going to wait for it to happen. Planning your finances for 2023. Where do we start with this conversation?
In fact, takatoti nonoki. Remember, muna December takatomboibata bata nyaya.
Yes.
Tichiti munhu unofanira kutotanga kutoronga gore rako the month before you actually begin muna January. But I think for us also, January is a bit of a slower month for everybody. A lot of the times things start to sort of, pick up February onwards. So it's still okay to start saying, okay, where am I financially as we start the year? Chekutanga, we have to look at how are we going to do spending this year. So that means working on your annual budget. January is time for you to sit down and look at your annual budget to say from the months as they roll in, what am I looking at? What are my main expenditure lines? What is it going to look like? We all know kuti fees zinoya kangani paguri.
Also, I was about to ask you, this is inclusive of the fees.
Katatu pagori. Saka zvazvinoreva ndezvekuti at the beginning of the year I start to plan. Saka iko zvinezvi handisi tiri kuti vana vaenda kuchikoro nhasi. It means kuti fees yetemu ine yainda. It might not have a menu, but inofanira kunge yaenda. It means mari iyoyo inofanira kunge yakarongerwa last year. Zvataitaura zviya kuti totanga kurongera January fees muna October.
Atite mawekwe nefizi ya January.
Vana havana kungokaruka vapo, havasi ma-emergency. Handiti vana ava vakaita nguwa, but handinoti 9 months tozoti mwana azvarwa, tozoti anotone makore aanawo before atanga kuenda kuchikoro. Season yati isusu vamwe, isusu ini ndine ka 2-year-old kusati katanga kuenda kuchikoro, but ndinofanira kunge ndichitorongera fizi yake izvezvi, kwete kuzoti azopinda muchikoro ndakutanga kuti yowe, saka fizi yacho ndoiwana kupi. Hazvisizvo zvatinofanira kunge tichiita. Saka iko zvino muna January uno, I actually met a relative of mine. Atonditi, yetemu ineyi yaita, ndakutorongera ye next term ndoyandakushandira izvi.
Kunonzi kurongeka.
Ndokurongeka ikoko. Saka what we are saying is to say, okay, look at your calendar months and say, okay, if I know kuti I have 3 main school fees payments, I want to spread them across so that every month ndikuisa something aside for fees. So that as the term rolls in, ndatone fees ye-term iyoyo ndakutongonoibhadhara, ndakutanga kuita work on term fees ye-third term or whatever, zvichingodaro. Saka it's important to do your annual budget. You are including my big money items, you are like school fees. You are also including making sure kuti, okay, am I able to sustain this kind of rent? This is the time for you to have serious conversations with yourself. In fact, my landlord dzimwe nguva muna January muno mndoma vanotanga kutaura kutanga February takwidza fees, takwidza rent kudini handiti. Saka ndonguvawo yekutanga kuona kuti ndichiri kwanisa kupa afford here pandiri kugara kana ndotsvaka kumwe handiti. Ndopunguva yekuti ma-lifestyle decisions anoimpacta your spending. And zvakakosha kuita annual budget because you have to allocate a purpose for every dollar. This includes vari kurana mabusiness. Vaya vari kurana tuma small business, sit down and say, what do I want to achieve in this year? Do I want to buy a new asset? Do I want to buy a new machinery? Where can I buy that new machinery? How do I make sure that I structure my expenditure items throughout the year, including my income zangu? Notarisa kuti okay, gore richitanga kudai so handiti tinotoziva kune vamwe vedu vane vari into events, totoziva kuti maybe February tichange tichiwana a lot more. Saka it means kuti my income zedu yemuna February achakura. Kana achakura, what does it mean for my machinery yandoda kutenga, new equipment yandoda kutenga? Maybe now I structure to say muna April I'll be able to buy that because I would have saved enough money from February sales. I start to work on that now. Notarisa kuti okay, what are the public holidays that are coming ahead? Ma public holiday ndomarongera handiti chada kuenda kumusha, chada kudididi, ndadzokera kupersonal budget. Chada kuenda kumusha, chada kuona hama, chada kutumira mari yechakati nechakati. Ndotogara ndazvironga izvezvi zvapinda mubudget mangu as an expenditure item. Do I have enough income to cover that? Kana ndiri munhu anorana small business, ndakudzokera small business ndoti okay, do I have, how much money should I be making? Kana ndichiziva kuti muna August ndauzoenda kumusha, kana ndichiziva kuti ende ndonguva yekuti titange kuita madiscussion kune mhuri dzinoda kuti toda kuzoita matombstone unveiling, ngatitaurirane nyaya idzodzodzo toziva kuti dzinhu zvinokosta mari kutanga kuzvirongera
izvezvi pakati pegore takuti contribute this amount, contribute from Norway.
Exactly, because annual budget ngaishandwe izvezvi ndoziva kuti okay tichaita tombstone unveiling muna August kuchadiwa mari, ndochitoiallocata izvezvi, ndakutanga kuirongera mari iyoyo. Kana ndiri kuisa $10 pamwedzi kusvikira August asvika ndaane $60 or $80 yandaisa paside towards zvinhu zvetombstone unveiling. Perfect, handiti muri kuona ndokurongeka uku, ende zvinobatsira kureduce pressure on you when those things start to roll in. Kana paine mabirthday, kune vari kutenda ma40 years, mai, plan for those things now and put them in your annual budget now. And then out of spending yedu yatataurai, the second aspect is to say, what am I saving for and what am I investing in this year?
Okay.
Those are the two main
So
components.
you have to be intentional. What are you saving for? You have to save for something.
Exactly.
And you have to invest into something.
Exactly.
Okay.
So those two aspects, ndikaita budget rangu anditi ndakuchiziva manje kuti how much do I have towards saving towards something or investing towards something. And the saving towards something, kana taura nyaya yesaving, tiri kuda kutaura kuti this year itawo munhu anoti ndiri kusavera towards a holiday, kana ndiri kusavera towards buying a new asset or buying a new gadget for my business, whatever it is, have an actual goal. Handiti hatiti vanhu vanongoti ndiri kusavha mari ndiyei ndiri kungosavha. You should have an emergency fund, that's true, but you should also have directed savings. Dziri kutaura kuti it's going towards something that will either uplift your life or take you to the next level in your life. Handiti something chiri tangible chekuti at the end of the year you can say in 2023 this is what I achieved. Handiti so having a savings goal is very important. Ndo atinotiwo ma priority goals. Saka inini what I often tell people is that work on your year in quarters.
Okay.
To say first quarter, what is my priority goal? What am I working on? And it is my priority goal. It could be savings towards a holiday. It could be savings towards buying an asset that will help me to achieve maybe my income goals in the second or the third quarter,
Okay.
for example. Let me give you an example of myself. This first quarter for me is crucial because I need to finish a book project. That book project is part of my income goal for the second quarter. Because my second quarter ndoma ndenda launch a book rinofana kundipa income iri targeted towards a fourth quarter goal. Handiti saka uka structure your life in quarters.
Oh, this is so well planned.
You know, saka
And
if you structure your life in quarters, you then have goals that you are working on, and you can actually be able to say 2023 I achieve 1, 2, 3, and usawanze ma goals. Kazhinji tinoda kuita zvese ka1, uda kuvaka imba, uda kutanga business, it becomes too much. It overwhelms you. Remember budget rako rere haricha make sense manje because wawanza zvinhu handiti saka iwewe ukagara pasi wotarisa okay gore rangu rakamira so these are the things that I will spend on. Remember my expenditure items atataura yaya, but also these are the priority goals. These are the things I want to focus on to save for example. And then yenyaya investment, these are the investment goals that I have. Investment goals can include kuti ndoda kudzokera kuchikoro. That's an investment. You're investing in your mind. You're investing in your skills. Pick up something that you say, I am investing in my mind, or I'm investing in my skills, or I want to invest in making more money so that I don't have to worry about school fees for the next 5 years of my life. It's an investment goal.
It is.
Ndoda kuinvesta in starting a new business because I know that new business will help me to be able to take care of school fees devana from 2024 onwards. So I'll give you another example. For us, we've been looking a lot for an investment goal towards the land. Land yatinoshandisa just for projects, not ekuvaka imba or anything like that. No, just for projects. So that was an investment goal for us to say this year this is something that we want to achieve. So you could be like that to say inini ndoda kutsvaga land yandoda kuti ndiise
farming or something,
farming, whatever it is that you are passionate about. And as you do that, you are setting yourself up. That's an income goal. And remember, investment means it's a long-term project. It's not something chekuti uchaita nhasi chitokupa mari mangwana. No, it may not give you money tomorrow.
And sometimes people don't have that patience. But then I think it's so important, especially when we start our project, for this conversation, to be patient and to give our projects time
To grow.
Yeah.
And become actually zvinhu zvekutipa mari zvikutotipa return on investment. Saka iwe ukadecide kuti ndoda kuti nditenge land this year, do investment go yako iyoyo. So maybe now you are saving towards it, or you are doing specific things to go towards that. In India, like I mentioned, the book project is setting me up for a fourth quarter goal. Fourth quarter goal is I want to apply myself for an MBA. But I cannot do that. Mari dzandiri kunida for that, I have to work on them. Ndichiburisa from somewhere. Saka investment goal yangu is I'm investing in my skill. My skill is the book that I'm writing, right? Because writing is a skill, is something that I have monetized. So it's saying to yourself, how are you going to align your life so that you have priority goals that are linked with what you're going to save for, what you're going to invest for. And then once you've done that, you start to implement from February onwards. And as you implement, make sure you have dream buddies. You have people that are your accountability partners that keep checking on you every quarter. You know, find a person, maybe once a quarter. You know, if you are married, you have an inbuilt accountability partner. Yeah,
and who did you marry?
Next week. How do we plan as families? How do we plan as couples? Because it's super, super important. I am grateful because I have an inbuilt accountability partner. With my husband,
oh, wow.
So he is checking on me on the book launch. He is checking on editor, publisher. He is checking on me based on the targets that I have given him. Saka tinotoita an annual date, totogarisana pasi, tototaurana plan yangu yakamira sei, hoi yakamira sei, to align manje, to make sure kuti tirikuita sei, tirikusupportana, because anything I do has to feed into the family vision.
Which is important. If you're just tuning in, it is Money Mondays. Of course, we have Shalom Govero talking about planning for your finances, planning your finances for 2023. If you have any question, 0775-897-897, or if you also want to contribute, you can also link up with us on that number. Yes.
So as I conclude, I want to say something.
We have 6 minutes to go.
Yeah. Itori
conclusion
muconclusion modu mundu da kutaura zvinhu zvakakosha zviviri. Chekutanga ndechekuti kune vazhinji vedu vanoti hanzi ndinobhajeta musoro mangu gore rineri hatinoda kuzvinzwa. Gore rineri no mental budgeting, no mental maths.
The mental budgeting, please show.
Hatikuda tupepa, tikungonyorwa tupepa. Netuma envelope tinenge tuchingonyorerwa unzi ndazoishandisa mari yakawewe. Ngatiitei intentional. Inda unotsvaka counter book rako raunonyora annual budget rako, wonyora kuti income kumusoro, wonyora kuti uri kuwana mari pamwedzi, wonyora kuti expenditure, wonyora every item you spend on, including mari entertainment yekuinda kubhawa.
And you know, it's so important because confirm those who are listening, there are some monies that you can't account for. 2,000, but then you can't really, or like actual like big money, but then you can't account for it because you didn't put it down and visa so unofunga kuti kapa mwadyirwa marika kuti aitivi
hansi kuona kuti mari yangu yakaenda kupi as other income. Kune vamwe vanoti hayi zvekunyora handidi, fine, tichakupai my excel spreadsheet, ndichasiya nhamba dzangu panapa, nhasi ndiri kutumira excel spreadsheet remahara. You put in your details. In fact, that excel spreadsheet, I like it because it actually gives you a column yakanzi everyone is getting this Excel spreadsheet. The beauty of it is that inokutaura kuti what is the amount that you have budgeted for, and then unozoinputa kuti actually waspenda mari chaiyo, yobva yakutaurira difference. Saka iwewe kana uri munhu wewe kuti unombokanganwa kuti pabudget panga paine mari, wongospenda mari, wozodzoka manje kubudget rako wakuita manje ka accountability yako iwewe pachako, wochiona kuti ndandakanyora kuti groceries 150 but ndazoshandisa 180, wotonyora wotoisa mucolumn kuti 180. Paunonyora kuti 180 inobva yakupa difference, so yakaisa red handiti yotokuradza kuti waita above by $30. So what that does is that you now have to think kuti where do I now shift and change in the other columns kuti budget rangu rebalance, because the budget has to balance. What you have made in income has to be included to expenditure. And also yawataura other income, money that just comes from nowhere handiti, that just windfall inotori necolumn yekuti unokwanisa kuisa kutoti salary imari, other income imari, because those things happen, the other income aspect happen. You can also put good income 1, income 2. Let's say you are spousal and you sanganisa mari dzenyu, you can actually put that on that Excel spreadsheet. So I'm sending it to everyone. I have customized it to Zimbabwe. Saka unotoona my expenditure anotaura zvemuno kuti gasi chino mvura zvese ndakanyora nemazita amunoziva kuti tinobhadhara kuzesa, ndakatonyora ipapo kuitira kuti zvisabva zvaita kunganzi what is sewer, what is that, ndanyora nemazita amunonzwisisa. Saka you can use that. It also has my components ekuti savings, projects, goals. Saka you can actually then put all of that information there. Chechipiri ngatinyore maplan edu pasi. If you have a goal that you have in mind, write it down and be very specific what it is that you want to do, or what you want to buy, or what it is that you want to get. Write it down. I've seen the power of writing down plans. I remember one particular year that I did it, and then I went back, at the end of the year you are looking back on the plans, and I was so amazed with the things I had written because I wanted to coach 2 women in business, and I had done that. Wow. And I had seen their incomes change and everything. I had whole testimonials on those 2 women. And that was the starting point of me starting business coaching. But I had to write it down. I had to be intentional about, this year I want to be able to actually put this coaching into, and dancing I don't go to handle coach, but this now try and anyone. So I had said to myself, this year at least let me train 2 women. I'd put that as a goal. And funny enough, those women approached me. I didn't approach them. They approached me. And out of that, I was able to meet my goal. So what am I saying? I'm saying write things down somehow. And because I'm a believer, I truly believe that God begins to move things on your behalf.
That's so true.
To move towards those goals that you have set. Including the fact that last year we had written with my husband, we want to build on our stand. We want to build our cottage. Oh yes,
it was
ichocho takachitengesa mari iyaiya ndo yakuinda kubuilding. I have seen the power of writing things down.
Write your vision and make it plain.
Everything just then works out to conspire to make sure that you get there. It's amazing how God works. If you write things down, you commit your works to the Lord, He will make sure it comes to pass. I have seen it in my life time and time again. And one of the other last and final thing I want to say is that when you have written those goals, you have put them down on paper, make sure you vocalize them to people of faith who are able to say, we're standing with you, we're agreeing with you. Because again, I've seen the power of that. When we moved into the house that we are living in, my husband said, move. The day we leave this place, we are going to our house. At that point, weekend, takatina kana dora towards the stand. Okay? Ma stand anodhura marara mana. And I used to look at my husband, I'm like, tichaiwana kupi mari yekutenga stand munyika munomu. Handisi kuwana mari inosvika kwesoko. But God did it. This year, we'll be moving right from that house into our own cottage.
Wow.
The place we built ourselves. So, why am I saying this? You set the goal, speak it out to people of faith who are able to say, I agree with you. I stand. I cannot see it right now, but I agree with you. Because tika agree, I susu pano pass. Nikudenga.
Zvinosungwa zvichiita zvichisunungurwa.